Got it? Okay. Hello, can everybody hear me? Let's make sure that I'm here. It said that my LinkedIn, my stream just shut off, but it looks like I am live. So let's see if that is working. If you can see me or hear me, please let me know. Let's get this started. So I titled to this live, do people even get paid for this? We're talking about this wonderful industry of speaking and how it can absolutely change your life. You can help you have a pivot and all of the things. But let's see if I'm actually live right now. If you can see me, please let me know. It says that it was shut down. Um, it says that it was shut down, but I'm not sure. So I need somebody to let me know if you can see me, if I'm actually live. Okay. Yes, it is. Absolutely. So here we go. It looks like I am live after all. Yeah. All right, everybody. Yes, we are live. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Okay, my name is Lisa Dublin. And a couple years ago, I worked in an office and I didn't quite like it. Then came the pandemic and I had time to figure out what I wanted. I'm giving you my story because I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are listening to me right now on their lunch hour might be just like me. You might be the person who absolutely wants to do something different with your life, but it's proving a bit difficult. If you have the gift of communication, if you have something to say and you just need to know how to say it, can I say to you that you might want to take a second look at speaking? Today's live is called "Do People Even Get Paid for It?" Because you might have seen my post come on at 4 o'clock exactly on LinkedIn, where I'm presenting scenarios of people who are in the cubicle in the office and not liking it. For some people, that's okay. If that is you, this live might not be for you. But if you are the person who wants more from life, who feels like perhaps, yes, you want to still do the office, but you also want to do other things and fulfill yourself in other ways. If you are that person who's looking for another stream of income that is easy for you to do and solves problems, but might be difficult for other people because most people do not love speaking, are not very confident speakers. And if that is you today, you are that person who can absolutely crush it where speaking is concerned. If you are that entrepreneur, for example, and let me know if you are watching me on LinkedIn, if you are that entrepreneur who has a product and you have results, you've got the receipts, but the thought of going out here like this or standing up to tell people before an audience to tell them about the value that you can give, if that is a problem, this live is for you. I want you to know that this speaking industry is a $2 billion industry. So, as I was saying, during the pandemic, I began to just figure out, okay, what do I want to do? I'm a great communicator. I've got this gift. What do I want to say to the world? And I'd love if you'd return here at this time every day for the next couple of days, because I will be just sharing with you some of the concerns that people have. Like, what am I going to say? And that was my own confusion when I decided, okay, you know what? Yes, I have this office job. I don't want to be there forever. I want to be that person who gets on stage and inspires people. But I think, like, what do I want to say that's different? Everybody seems to want to inspire people anyway. But you know what happened? I just began. And in a couple of days, I'll be posting, a lot of my early days speaking for free and just getting my name out there so that people could see and know, what I had to offer. And that is perhaps where you want to start. So let me give you some statistics about the speaking industry that you will know the answer to the question: do people even get paid for this? The answer is a resounding yes. So if you're watching me, please say hi, please say hello, and let me know where you're watching from. The global speaking industry is massive. Did you hear what I said? It is, okay? It is estimated at $2 billion. And obviously, I want you to open your mind. When I speak of speaking, I'm not just talking about the people who get on stage and just do the keynotes, those big wigs, as we like to call them, or the people who are even invited as guest speakers. Included in that option are a couple interesting categories that you might not have thought about. Are you ready? What about the people who run workshops, the trainings, the people in government, in nonprofits, in trainings, in panel discussions, the people who run their own retreats? For example, if you are a coach listening to me today, do you know that you could have another career, another branch to your business by speaking and getting paid for it? Yes. And I have a handout, I put something together for us, for people who are wondering, like, is this even for me? One of the other categories that has really come on stream in the last couple years, do you know which one it is? It's the streaming storyteller. It's a little bit like what I'm doing here. Okay, you guys, I'm going to take off these earrings because they really are bothering me now. Okay, my apologies. Right, let's not let anything get in the way of the information. So, if you are that person who loves, to work from home like I do, all you absolutely need, oh, watching from British Columbia. Oh, awesome. Oh, are you from Barbados? That's awesome. I didn't know that, Camille. So, if you are that coach, or if you have a business, I know Camille, for example, has an accounting business, or is it bookkeeping? That is prime material to come on and to speak about it. And you're not just selling your services, you have to be in love with the industry and to be able to speak about it, so that you get people excited even about this whole industry of bookkeeping and accounting or finances, whatever it is. For me, I'm in love with speaking. I'm the trainer and the speaker who just aims to make people just be inspired and to stoke a fire within you. And when I do my trainings with my speakers in Speak with Confidence and upcoming Find Your Fire program, I aim to create speakers who can create that magic for people on stage or wherever. The streaming storyteller does it, but just simply with a camera, a mic, and also of internet connection, that kind of thing, Wi-Fi. That's all you need. And this has become an entire industry that we just bypass because we don't know how, we don't have the information, when people are sitting in their chairs in their basement and making hundreds of thousands, if not millions, no, of course, millions of dollars. And so, even as I speak, I'm going to be asking and pointing the question at you with the business, you on your lunch hour today, with listening to me and having to go back to the office. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you're in a cubicle that I absolutely hated every minute of it, but it paid the bills, so I did it. Maybe you are that person today. What do you do? How do you come or break into speaking when clearly you have that ability to communicate? If you are the person today who's always been told, you know what, you're a great communicator, you are always chosen to give the vote of thanks, to move the like, in whatever setting, you'll do the introduction, they call on you to, say a couple remarks. You are just primed for you to become the person who takes your gift and your ability seriously enough that you would then be able to turn it into income. On Sunday, the 29th of June, that's next week, Sunday, I will be hosting a webinar. It's a 90-minute webinar, and I will teach you my 5 steps. I am so convinced, because I have proof already, I'm so convinced that these 5 steps work to make you become a paid speaker, whether you are in the office or not, whether you are the entrepreneur or not. These 5 simple steps will help you and turn you into a paid speaker that I'm giving it away for free. But you have to come to the training for you to get it, because I'm developing this program called Find Your Fire. We begin in August, and this is a precursor to it. So when you see what is being given for free, you'll realize, hey, if I can, I've had people who've done the consultation and they have just taken those 5 steps that I'm talking about, and being able to start to generate interest on social media, interest in their business, because it has already begun to work. Let me continue to answer the question of, is this even real? Can you even get paid? And especially for a lot of us here in Canada, I think there's that common misconception that this is just for Americans, that we are just so accustomed, even from my own experience here. If you don't take yourself seriously as a speaker, you will do like everybody else. Just absolutely offer it for free. Now, I do free all the time, but I also get paid as a speaker, doing keynotes, doing guest speaking engagements, doing retreats, and going into companies and speaking, putting together programs for them. There are different ways in which we need to start reframing this industry of speaking to make it work for us. And so let's talk about the numbers now. And one of my coaches, Camille, you probably know who this is, Toby. Toby says it's either the data or the numbers. Okay. In the speaking industry, we definitely have the numbers. I was doing a certification a couple years ago with Eric Thomas, a speaking certification. Hey, Naomi, good afternoon to you. And they were talking about the kinds of figures that people are getting paid. You guys, even before I tell you what the regular numbers are, can I get you excited to say that there are speakers who are top of their game, have taken it seriously, honed their craft, honed their skills, and will no longer accept $25,000 as their speaking fee. And so, my obvious question to us who can't speak is, who's getting that money? Where is it? Who's accessing those? If people are leaving $10,000 speaking fees on the table, 25K, because they're going for higher 100K and so on, who's taking the 2,000s and the 5,000s, etc.? All right. And numbers never lie. So here are some numbers for you. I want to begin because the way that I'm crafting this program, I really feel for people who are in jobs that they hate. Because I know that feeling of, it was like putting my size 11 feet in size 9 shoes. That's how it felt for all of these years. Now you did it, that's all you had, and you just had to do it, right? But it was painful. I used to more prefer to do like the presentations at work than to get into the paperwork. Is that you today? And you know that you're meant for more. You know that you have talent. You know that you get results in your business, but you are just scared to step out and to speak. I'm happy that you are here. I think I can help you. No, I know I can help because I've got the receipts as well. Hey, Sylvia, coming from Toronto. Thank you for being here. All right, GTA in the house. So, beginner speakers will make about $500 to $2,500 per talk. How many talks have you given and you've left money on the table? Now, I speak for free every day. I go live on Basement Chronicles. That's my free tier. That's where I reach the people, because I do understand not everybody is able to pay for things. I always still access free stuff from other people until I can pay. So I have a heart for, I want you to win. Like, you need to have more than one stream of income. You need to do things that you were called to do, and to do them at a certain level. Let's go. Okay. If you are a beginner speaker and you have just couched it properly, and you understand that this speaking gives value, and if you package it well, and if you have the clarity of your message, and you it burns within you, you can make money out of this. You start at $500 to $2,500 a talk. The way I teach it, however, in my 5-step process, you don't take the 5th step before you take the first one. You don't. I take you step by step. It's actually for people who have never ever like made money as a speaker, or if you have and now you've lost your confidence because everybody's asking you for free. Everybody now is like, oh, okay, now you're charging. Yes, I am. But there's a way that you go about doing it that actually makes people come to you, and you not be soliciting them all the time. You have to make it enticing. and you have to make it attractive. So they want what you have to offer and they reach out to you. It never occurred to me that people were asking these questions until so now I'm in the speaking space. People reach out to me to speak. I do still send out proposals and that kind of thing. But for the most part, people reach out. And, a friend who's in the speaking space, she asked me the question the other day. She's like, well, how are you getting those speaking gigs? And I realized it was because of everything else that I was doing in the space of social media, also in my community, and so on. So in the program Find Your Fire, I actually teach you how to create that frisson of excitement around you. I call it the tinsel because your name has to be associated with certain things. Your name has to be associated with whatever you want it to be. That is reputation, and that's what you get paid for. I was in a speaking class, a mastermind one time, and it was run by somebody who's getting upwards of 100K per speaking gig. And he said very plainly, the reason that you could give a keynote, some plebs like us, people who are just normal and starting, and you might be able to get 5K for it, but I can get $250,000. It's because of the brand. It's because of who I've built myself up to be. And so, whereas my Find Your Fire program will teach you how to start that process, what we're concerned about is taking you from 0 to 2K because it's possible. There are enough speaking engagements for people who have a plan, a system, and can get out there and know where to go. There is enough money available and enough opportunities available for all of us because we are in different fields. And even though, for example, I actually think I've got two financial strategists on here, right? Yes, they're in the same field, but guess what? They're in different countries. They come at financial management in different ways. So their coordinates are different. And when people buy into who you are, they're going to buy what they're going to like patronize and buy what you sell. That's what it is. See? So, hey, hi. So Sylvia said this. Let me put this. Hey, Naomi's here as well. And Naomi says, your voice is valuable. You package your story with purpose, position it with clarity, and pitch it with confidence. Girl, why are you sounding like AI right now? People don't just pay for words. They pay for transformation. My goodness, Naomi. Absolutely. Actually, Naomi is one person who I had one conversation with her and Naomi just took off. Isn't that true, Naomi? Like one conversation we had. We did the clarity call. I know she's going to come in sometime, but she got enough for her to begin because my 5 simple steps are that powerful. So here's the other thing. So if you're just starting, $500 to $2,500 per talk. When you get better at it, when you start getting out there, creating opportunities for you to speak, if you're just starting, and you refine your message from what people tell you, you get quick with it. I teach you how to just do it in the system, right? Hey, Helen from Northwest. Hi, how are you doing? Nice to have you here on this live. It's probably lunchtime, which is why I'm hitting that pain point. Like, okay, you could just be coming from a speaking engagement instead of taking your lunch and rushing back to the office. Okay. For years, I was like, Lord, when do I get out of this? But obviously, you need a plan and you need a system. You don't need to leave, just burn down the ship. But you can build a speaking career around your 9 to 5. That's what I did. And that's what I want to teach people, those kinds of strategies. So there were times when I began to take this seriously, you guys. I would take a day of vacation. When I had a speaking engagement, I would book a day of vacation from my work, my 9 to 5, to be able to be integrous and to satisfy, to get paid doing what I want. I'm not going to call in sick because I believe like what you put out in the world comes back to you. I'm not going to call in sick when I'm not sick, right? And I'm not going to like cheat the employer for me to be making a buck. I don't believe in that. I believe in let's be fair, but let's work hard to give ourselves options. And before I tell you how much like more experienced speakers work, I want to give you that story about why you should have options. Because I was working so hard during the pandemic to give myself options. I tasted the life that I wanted of working from home, working for myself. of doing work that I love, the speaking, the coaching, the writing. And I knew the day would come when I would be told that I had to go back to the office. So I pushed so hard. You go back to my early videos on Basement Chronicles, I was just like pushing out those videos like crazy. I started my Speak with Confidence program from there because I was like, if I really want this, if I want the freedom of being able to pick up my children and drop them, to school on a morning, if I wanted to work when I was most productive, which is in the wee hours of the morning, it's definitely not 11 o'clock in the day. Okay. Oh, no. And, obviously, if you're in a 9 to 5, you have to be awake for the hours of 9 to 5. Let's put it that way. And I worked really hard to give myself options. And lo and behold, the day did come when the employer said a couple of things to me, and that was their right. You sign up for it, they're paying you, they own you. Okay. Not only was I supposed to come back the following September to go full time, I was not given the option anymore to work from home, come back full time. That's what the employer wanted, right? Not only that, but I guess to add injury to insult, I would be moved to another office that was right next to the elevator. I am introverted. If you work in an office or any building with an elevator, you know that when people come from an elevator and they are clueless, they go to the first office that they see. That would have been mine. Okay. So these were the push factors. These were the factors that were saying, hey, do you really want to do this? On the other hand, because I had been building around my 9 to 5, because I had been hustling and, taking a day of vacation here to speak and to do a workshop here and all of those things, I now had built a reputation. I now had clients where my coaching was concerned. I now had people like, a lot of my clients are international. So I would be coaching like 3 in the morning. So if I was doing that, the whole aim was, and that is the aim that we want with the Find Your Fire program, it really is, hey, build something so that when the day comes where you have to choose, you have something to fall back on. And who in this day and age of these economic times does not want another source of income that can help you to do it easily? Because the ROI on speaking, the way that you make money as a speaker, you make way more per hour as a speaker than if you were in a normal, regular office 9 to 5. So obviously you realize I'm not speaking for those people who, I'm not speaking to those people who like are making thousands per hour, right? That's at a certain level. Where my head is to help those people who are in offices and 9 to 5s that they want out of, or they want to build something valuable and exciting and impactful around. I'm saying to you today, if you have a business or if you are in the 9 to 5, consider speaking as one area that you absolutely want to go into, to add to your repertoire, to give yourself options to, y'all, speaking, especially for somebody who's an immigrant as well, it is so validating to get your ideas out there and to get paid for them. People want to hear what you have to say. So tomorrow, you please be on tomorrow's live, because the topic tomorrow is, so what am I even going to talk about? And I'm going to show you, how when you employ like a personal shopper or somebody, they go into your closet and they find things and they're like, hey, you could do this. Okay, this needs to go. I'm going to go into your life with you to show you from your experience, your expertise, the things that come naturally to you. You have something to speak about. You do. If you already have a business, then I'll show you that you don't just speak about the business. I speak about the business of speaking. I speak about the joy of speaking. I speak about my speakers who are crushing it. All of the things that are related to communication, to give like the joy of the thing, because I enjoy it. And if you are in that space where you love what you do, you just don't have what it takes to get out there, then this program is for you. So let's now go to how much you can make if you just pursue this. Once you refine your message, $3,500 to $7,500 per speech. Do you know experienced speakers with a niche and people who have client results as well, they can earn up to $10,000 per keynote. Hey, stop. Don't say that this is not for you. You just haven't got there yet. The person who was earning 10K started at $500. The person who's now earning 25 or $250,000 once spoke for free. So you might as well start that process so that you can get to where they are. I know I've spoken quite a bit, so I thought perhaps what I'd do right now, if you is anybody here interested in coming to this webinar next week? Is anybody interested in the webinar to spend 90 minutes with me for me to teach you my 5-step strategy for becoming a paid speaker? It is so simple. I feel like I had like a light bulb moment. And then after I had the light bulb moment, I went and I tested it out on a couple speakers who were in my container. The first time I tried Find Your Fire was earlier this year. And I'm hoping to bring on those speakers because they're getting results now. We did a lot of work because in the Find Your Fire program, by the way, if you are interested, here's the link to go sign up for this webinar next week. Do it now, okay? We're going to cut it off by Friday because the webinar will be next week, Sunday. So next week, Friday, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to keep on giving the link. Very easy to sign up, and you get all the resources. But you want to be here. You want to be in the room to hear those 5 simple steps on how to become a paid speaker. So I tested those steps out on my test speakers. And, it depends on it's on a Sun. Sorry, yeah. The webinar is next week, Sunday at 4 p.m. MST. I'm in Edmonton, Canada. So it's 4 p.m. our time. That would be 6 p.m. EST and in the Caribbean. So, I have attended webinars at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know why? Because I was hungry for more. Haven't you? No, I have. I have attended webinars at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, because I want it. I don't care what the time zone is. If you really want this, if you really want the freedom of, start with, okay, I want to become a speaker. It's good for my business. I want to become a speaker because I need options to get out of the 9 to 5. I want to become a speaker because I've got something to say that the world needs to hear. You need to be in that room telling you, yes, that's what it is. So Camille says, you're really encouraging me, Lisa. I enjoy speaking, but I've been no, Camille, because I've seen your stuff and we need to hear it. Like I read your stuff and it's really good. The thing though is you're interested, Sylvia. Great. So here's the link. I'm putting it in again. Go sign up for the webinar next week. It's gonna be worth your while. You guys, like I learned from my master coaches, and now I'm learning in another container with Toby in the Founders Blueprint, just learning how masters do this. I can afford to give this out for free. You know why? Number one, is that valuable. Number two, you're going to realize if it is that valuable, what would 6 months in a container with me look like? And I've built it around the 9 to 5. So it is super affordable. Their payment plans, you cannot go wrong. Like it's an offer that you just literally cannot say no to. It is that valuable. So come and hear those 5 steps and see if you're interested in taking it further. And even if you don't take it further, you have the 5 steps. I'm saying to you, like, where's Naomi came? And Naomi got enough information that she began to move the needle with some of the information that I gave her, began to get more views on YouTube and to really step out there. Now she's doing webinars for kids, for grown-ups, oh geez. It is that valuable because I just simply want people to win. And I understand that if you give value, then value comes back to you. That's what it is, right? So you have to. Helen, what do you mean you have to? You have to be there. No, if it's that valuable, like that's what you do. When you want something badly enough, you go after it, you guys. That much I know. So if you are considering speaking as a side hustle, as something that you want to turn into, I hope I've convinced you enough that it's worthy of your time. I'm telling you, the number one reason that we don't think of it as something viable, it's because we don't know. But there are other people who have decided from very early, I'm going to be a speaker, and have gone through this process, and now they are making money. They are paid speakers. And it mightn't just be, last thing I want to say, because we want to end on time, it mightn't just be that you get on stage through a mic. Speakers are also consultants. Then you can write a book. Do you know that speaking plus the book is credibility? That comes later. But I'm teaching you from 0 to 2K. That's it. Once you, the minute you start to get paid as a speaker, you'll be like, okay, do you mean to tell me I made as much in one speaking engagement as I did working 2 weeks in the office? What exactly am I doing? Right? Especially we're getting older. For me, it was like, okay, Lisa, you are getting older. Okay. What is the thing that you can do the simplest and the best zone of genius that can bring in the most money? And it's not just simply that. Obviously, there are steps, because just like in coaching, the bar to enter speaking is very low, but the bar to continue getting paid and to get paid higher and higher fees is quite high. You have to have receipts, you have to have data, and you have to have dollars, right? You have to be able to do something for people that other people cannot do. And I start to teach you that process in the Find Your Fire program. So come find out more. Come find out how you can even start where you are. I'm very like, I want people to win. That is the mission. I need you to win, and I'm going to do it through the things that I know to do: to speak, to coach, to write. That's the mission. That's the calling. Your gifts plus your why equals your calling. Okay, I'm going to stop here, everybody. I'm going to be back tomorrow, I think at the same time. Yeah, because I actually just I'm going to be back tomorrow at the same time. And we're going to talk about, so what do I even speak about? You won't believe the treasure trove of information, solutions, and eureka moments that you can share with people that they actually want to pay you for. So join me tomorrow, and thank you so much for being here today. Bye, everybody.